It's deprogrammed. My name is Justin Wilson, and I am a host guy of sorts. I do things into microphones and talk about bands and stuff every week. Yeah?
Yay! It's a gig.
It is a gig. Maybe I should get paid for it.
You should.
We'll work on that. Hey, you, looking at the YouTube machine. I know you're looking. I can tell. I'm not stupid. Hey, quit looking at me like that, first of all. Yes, it's an orange shirt, and yes, this is a unicorn on it. What do you want from my life? It's Uglyography. They're very good friends of mine. Look, this Saturday, big day for the station, big day for me in general. I'm going to be awake for 24 hours, sitting right here at the studio clubhouse, broadcasting for All Day You Drunks 2. It's going to be a great time. Jenny, you were there last year.
Yeah.
You did your guest hour and then came back and hung out for a little bit.
Yeah, I went and got some Wawa and came back and
Yes.
just kind of had some snacks.
Well, we got more space this year, first of all.
Yeah.
Which is a very big positive. And a couch. So that's good
Boom.
news. A couple extra chairs. I don't know how to, because it seems like, I'm patting my own back when I talk about how great last year's was. As somebody who was there last year, can you describe what it was like, not only just being in the room, listening throughout the day?
It was
kind of
just kind of like
experience was
having
this?
a long party where you would kind of jump in at different points. Like after
Yeah.
I left, I would kind of go home and listen to an hour here and there, and it was just a fun time to hang out and talk to friends.
And we all had, it's a bummer we lost everything for it.
Too soon.
We
Too
learned.
soon, man.
We learned. Hopefully the equipment doesn't shit the bed on us because it did earlier tonight. So that's great news.
Uh-oh.
But this was a great experience, or we wouldn't be doing it again. And we raised a little bit of money last year, and one of the biggest things last year was we wanted to start a community radio station, and one of our selling points was we're gonna do it whether you give us money or not.
Mission accomplished.
Mission accomplished. Here we are. We raised just shy of $200 last year, which that's not bad. We'd like to do better this year. We'd like to. We've got some legal fees coming up that we're gonna have to pay, making the switch to a nonprofit. And man, the biggest thing is right now we call it the studio clubhouse because we don't want to call it a garage, but that's what it is. It's a garage. It's Matt's garage. And we've made it look pretty legit in here, and it's a very fun space to be in.
Yep.
But man, we want to be in a brick and mortar. Man, we want our own office. We want a place that we can call home.
Yeah.
And with your help, we can do that. We've got T-shirts designed by the lovely Jenny Zell. The website I think just went live today, so we're selling for $20 a piece. Seems pricey for a T-shirt. I understand.
It's for a good cause.
But it's for it's an unbelievable cause. It's you're getting the T-shirt, yes, but you're also getting all of the program that happens here, which includes this program, Deprogrammed. It also includes Corey's show, Piss Till Midnight on Thursdays.
Boom.
It includes everything we do here, man. And it helps keep that programming up on the air and going on a weekly basis. It's going to help us keep our lights on. It sounds cliche. It's going to pay our bills.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so that stuff doesn't have to come out of pocket. And we want to be your community radio station. We want to be the place where you go to find a new band that you didn't know existed. We want you to listen to us for that. We want you to get your sports from us. We want you to get your pop culture news from us.
And by buying the $20 T-shirt, you also get a heap of good karma, and who doesn't love that?
Right?
I definitely need some of that.
Amen. Amen.
And you know what? If you can find your way down here to this studio clubhouse, we'll give you hugs that day.
100%.
If you buy a shirt that day, we won't have shirts in hand that day, but we are pre-selling them. I want to say it's radiofradio.com/shop, and right now the shirt is the only thing up there. Again, $20. But if you go ahead and make that, come on down here. We will hug you. Anybody on the station will owe you a hug. And because that's the kind of thing we have going in here. Jenny isn't technically part of the station, but you are part of the station because, number one, you're a regular guest on this program. You're a super supporter.
Super fan.
And I appreciate how much you care about the things that are happening here. So
Well, I love the station. I love the concept of it, and I listen to it sometimes when I'm at work, and I don't feel like trying to choose something. I just want to listen to something new.
Right.
And I've discovered several local bands that you guys have played that I listen to fairly regularly now.
see,
Yeah.
it's just that simple, man. You tune in, you listen for, even if you listen for 20 minutes, I guarantee you listen for an hour, I guarantee you will find one band that you will like, and you will seek out their catalog.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I promise you that.
And you listen to any other radio station for an hour, you're going to get 6 Maroon 5 songs.
Yes. Yes.
And the
that's
best thing
true.
to me too is that this is all local. Like
Right.
you guys are doing this here.
Yep.
It's everybody's recording in house. It's not like somebody sending in a show from California or something. And it's mostly local bands that you can go and see their shows. You can give them money and support them
Yes.
directly.
Yeah, and even with shows like Chocolate Milk and Waffles, I didn't mean for this to end up being an RFR commercial, but this is big for us. This is
Yeah.
Saturday's a really big day for us, and we're taking some major steps. But like a show like Chocolate Milk and Waffles, where they bring in a lot of spoken word artists and dance, like a community that I'm not plugged into, and it's nice that we are becoming a place where everybody can come to, where everybody has a voice here at RFR, and that's mega super important. And I feel like this area needs that. And
Yep.
I feel like we are something that can unite this area finally. Like we're 7 cities, and we act like we're 7 cities instead of trying to be like one major place.
Right.
And it kind of bums me out. So I want to continue to fight that fight. Man, we're here to talk about the Doors. Like I said, I didn't mean to turn this into that. I get really impassioned when I start talking. I'm sorry.
Don't apologize.
It's all good. Yeah, overtime, though. So overtime's not just a thing on Thursdays now, dude.
Yes, we will definitely go. We will definitely run over. All right, so where to start? Okay, so actually, you're the one who brought the Doors to the table.
I
Corey,
am.
You want to start this off?
I am. Jim Morrison's a huge man crush for me.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with him. I'm obsessed with this. Obsessed might be a little strong, just a tad. They, to me, man, the Beatles get a lot of credit for starting rock and roll. To me, it's the Doors. If you look at the true sound of what rock and roll is, to me, the Beatles started pop.
Okay.
The Doors sounded. When they came in '66, nothing sounded like them before them or since. And, Jim Morrison, just the way he was as a performer, the political outcries and things of that nature that are in his lyrics, the poet that he is, the artist that he was, it's a shame that he died so young, because you're looking at a band that revolutionized rock and roll. And they really were only around for about 5 or 6 years. They didn't have a lot of longevity, but while they were a thing, they were as strong as anyone. When Jim Morrison was right, they were unbeatable. But when he was, on a bender, it could get ugly. See Miami, see New Haven.
Yeah.
But but at the same time, though, those are the things that made the Doors. And being somebody who was born in '88. I'm a year older, at 28 years old, I'm a year older than Jim Morrison was when he died. But, it's growing up listening to, like we were talking about Alice Cooper, growing up listening to stuff that your parents listened to.
Right.
And, riding around in the car, smoking pot with, a couple buddies of mine. Shout out to Cameron and Carrie if you're listening. It just riding around getting stoned, listening to the Lizard King, man. And it's more than just music, man. It's depth of lyrics, which I've always listened to. It's their sound was completely unique. Nobody sounded like them since. So, they were a revolution to me, man. They were the ones that started it all.
Nice. Now, Jenny, you were the first one to jump on. Like, I put the Doors out there, and I feel like it was the next day you're like, hey, can I get in on the Doors?
Yeah, I'm in on that because, I can't disagree too much with him because he's not really throwing shade on the Beatles too much there, but yeah, like the Doors, I definitely went through like a huge phase with them when I was like 14 to 16 or so, and like you said, it was, being young and getting into trouble and getting stoned and and I listened to these lyrics and it was so different to me. It was just a poem put to music.
Right, it's captivating.
And it was just something that I'd never really heard before. My mom always used to say that I was a child of the 80s living in the 60s. Like when I was about that age, I was consuming everything that had to do with 60s culture, the Beatles, the Doors, the Who, like everything. Yep. And the Doors was one that really stuck with me for a while.
Yeah.
I honestly kind of fell off from them for several years. Like I kind of, I didn't dislike them, but I just kind of stopped listening.
Right.
And so when I sat there and kind of listened to everything in their discography again for this, like it was like seeing an old friend again. I just went right back into it, and I was like, oh, I love this song. Oh my God, this one brings back memories. And it was just great.
Yeah.
This has been one of my toughest discoveries yet, because while it wasn't like a complete discovery, like everybody's heard of at least a few Doors songs. Yeah. So I had a good basis of like 10 to maybe 12 songs that I knew off the bat. But like as I'm listening to like some of the stuff I didn't know, I'm like, well, shit, I'm in some trouble here. Because I always feel bad cutting a song that's good.
Uh-huh.
I always try to keep in mind, that this is about trying to turn on people to whatever band we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like if there's a good song and I'm automatically just taking it out just because something minuscule, it's like, man, like what if that's the one that would have turned somebody on?
Yeah.
But I mean, at the end of the day, you have to play the game, and I couldn't play the game because I don't think but maybe 2 or 3 of the songs that I knew going in made my list. Mm-hmm. Most of them, there's one song that I don't care if I ever hear again, and I'll let you guys figure that one out. You probably know.
I have a couple of good guesses. Yeah.
Yep.
But this is some great musicianship, which that's going to get me every time. I'm 50-50 on Morrison. His voice isn't like amazing.
Yeah.
But it's good.
It was perfect for that band.
Yes.
Exactly.
Because like I listened to a couple of the songs from their later albums after he had passed away, and it was clearly like they had these songs written and they were meant for him.
Right.
But they just had, I don't know who, I guess it was Densmore or something singing.
Yeah.
And it just wasn't the same. It was like you could go to the ocean front and hear any, kind of blues band cover these songs,
I didn't realize that there was going to be so much blues involved. I can get down to some blues, man. Like I don't know that I necessarily like know blues, but the last 10 years or so of my life, I've really starting to
appreciate it
that way. Yeah. And you hear a good blues lick, even if it's one you've probably heard a million times, if it's done right with all the other instruments and there's some decent vocals to it, you got some magic coming around.
Right.
I felt really good listening to this band, which is why it was so weird to me that I don't think this has happened yet. The Foo Fighters hate was outside of Deprogrammed. Like, it's just things I had seen over the years. I actively saw 2 people call the Doors overrated, and I don't know, man. I don't get that. After listening to them and after, I don't feel like the Doors are one of those bands that have ever gotten crammed down my throat.
Right.
Right.
So, like, I don't understand how they could be overrated. I feel like they're rated.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think
properly rated.
Yeah. I mean, I could see where it just wouldn't strike a chord with somebody. Like, you just listen to it and you're saying, hey, this is not for me.
Yeah.
Right.
But you have to listen to them and say, like, hey, these guys, like, I respect what they did. This is how they sounded. There's been nobody that sounded like this band ever since.
Right.
Like, there's a million bands that sound like the Beatles.
Yep.
There's a million bands that sound like the Rolling Stones or somebody
Zeppelin,
else. Yeah. But nobody sounds like the Doors.
They don't, and I think a lot of it is what you were saying. It goes back to, because I'm just saying, well, I was born in '88, and I used to hear the same thing from my parents. You were born in the wrong generation, and a lot of it is going back and doing that research, doing your own personal homework, and understanding the backstories to a lot of this stuff. You know, when they first broke onto the scene, there was a lot of hippie and flower power deal going on, and they were in your face. You know, they were counterculture, so there was a lot of resistance, and so there's a lot of stuff that you can get by listening to the music, absolutely, but you only get a part of the story, and it's a very important part, but it's not the entire story. So I think if you know the backstory, it makes you appreciate it a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
I once got compared. This is a little. Again, I never got into the Doors. I used to be in a band called Great American Headache, and we played one of our songs for somebody, and the guy compared me to Morrison, and not knowing, much about Morrison, it was weird to me. But then I like took it as this great compliment. Because number one, I know what people think of Morrison, firstly.
Right.
And secondly, the Smashing Pumpkins are hands down my favorite band ever. Period. I don't know that that'll ever change about me. Billy Corgan and Gish era, if you watch any kind of documentary on them, was all about some Morrison. Mm-hmm. And so much so that Courtney Love made the mistake of telling him that his haircut looked sort of like Morrison. And so, like, in one of the videos, like, he just went full on Morrison and, like, just, like, he took it. So
that actually makes a lot of sense now that you say that. Like, I've never made the connection between the two bands, but it really does.
Right.
Yeah. And so, like, and even lyrically, I can connect the two. Like, I feel like Billy writes a lot of poetry that just gets put to music. Now, musically, the two bands are very, very different. But all I can say is I cannot understand where somebody would. I could get where people may not like it, but overrated, just that doesn't fly with me.
Right.
I don't get it. And to Corey's point, I actually read his biography.
Yeah.
And if you like reading about people drinking,
there's a lot of good stories with them. A lot.
I mean, it was a fascinating read. Like. To be fair, the only bad one I read was Kiedis's, I think. Kiedis's wasn't very good. But Morrison's, I blasted through, but it was like he's drunk, showing his dick places.
Yep.
It's my kind of guy.
Right? It's a fun read. I can dig it. All right, so time to play the game. We're talking about the Boars today. And the Doors. The Doors, too. The name of the game is Deprogrammed, and the three of us have each put together a list of 20 songs that we think are either A, our favorites, or B, really encapsulate the band well. The idea here is we're going to try to mash all 60 songs together and come out with a starter kit for the Doors. So maybe on the other side of this, if you're listening and have never checked out the Doors before, you check out these 10 songs and go from there. See if you like it. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. Also, we'll listen to some clips if we need them later on. I tried to cram. I started on Friday. I started Thursday because me and James were sitting here in the studio till like 2 a.m. So I started on Thursday, but then I listened to a couple on Monday, and then I crammed all the rest in today.
Wow.
And I hate doing that because like I can't get like a good explanation of why I like this song and why I didn't like this song. I hate doing that, but I don't think any extra time would have helped me here. That's the one thing I'll say.
I always need time to digest the list because like I looked at it today and I went back and I made so many changes at the last minute that I was like, why did I even put that song on there?
Yeah.
Like, what is this? And I just started throwing stuff around.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
I guess I will start, and I'm going to start here because it's the first lyric of the song. It's also the title of the song, and it hit me so hard, just the way he delivered it. I'm going with Been Down So Long.
Got it.
I got it too.
Oh, snap. Like, there's that delivery, like the I don't even know how, like, it's like almost a growl. It's so, there's pain there.
Yep.
I've been down so long. Like, and just right from there, I'm like, okay, I'm in.
Yep.
I don't need to hear anything else. I'm in. And I took a step back and I just sat there and listened. I'm like, yeah, that's one. I'm
Yeah.
definitely there.
It punches you in the face immediately, and
Yep.
it's got the blues feel like you're saying. That's off L.A. Woman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I love that. So it does. It punches you in the face immediately, and that's toward the end, obviously, where he's dealing with his demons a ton.
Yeah.
You know, and he's almost in a way crying out for help
Mm-hmm.
before he moves off to Paris.
Yes.
That didn't work out so well.
Well, nope. Not for, nope. Have a drink, buddy.
Yeah. Or 30.
Yes. All right, Corey. Man, 1-1. We're doing all right.
Yep.
Let's go.
See how it goes.
All righty. I'm going to go super commercial. I'm going to go to their first album, self-titled The Doors, primarily because this, in a way, is what catapulted them into America's eye on the Ed Sullivan Show. I'm going Light My Fire. For those who don't know the backstory, the Ed Sullivan Show was a huge show back in the day that brought bands on more or less to, hey, here they are, America. And Ed Sullivan said, hey, you know, the lyric was, you know, girl, we couldn't get much higher. Ed Sullivan wanted him to change the lyric from higher to better. There's two sides of the story where Jim Morrison either forgot and just went ahead and sang
Yeah.
as he remembered it. But if you know anything about him, that's probably bullshit. You know, he just said, all right, fuck you, and sang it as it was. And, you know, they said, all right, well, you're never coming back. They had 6 shows still booked. And he was like, hey, look, we've already done the Ed Sullivan Show. We're good. So,
I forgot about that story.
yeah,
That's a great story.
historical value, and it's super catchy. I'm going to Light My Fire.
Shit. Because that's one of the ones I forgot about that story. That actually would have put it back in play.
I have to
Yeah.
agree with you. Like, that was one that I feel like everybody's kind of already heard it.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't know if I really need to put that one, and I have, you know, only 20 spots.
Right.
I'm not gonna add that one.
Yeah.
Yep.
But it hurt.
Yeah. Well, see, like I said, I just heard it so many times, but I
Yeah.
don't know. Maybe if I had thought it, because I read that story obviously when I was reading the book.
Right.
Had I remembered that story, that may have put it back in play. But
Gave him the double middle fingers.
I did,
Yeah.
you know, sometimes I have to put those out.
Well, we're 1 for 2. I tried.
That's okay. we'll get through it, Corey.
We will.
Jenny.
I'm gonna start off with Strange Days.
Got it.
Trying to think.
Nice.
Yes, yeah, me too.
Oh,
Yep, it
awesome.
got through.
I just loved. That's probably my
That's a good
favorite
open,
album overall. I just love all the different textures that they have in that song, and it's just, to me, it's one of the things that, like, one of their best songs that kind of encapsulates that sound of the '60s at the time. Like
Right.
everything's psychedelic and just weird, and that was their tribute to it.
Right. You can listen to that song sober and feel like you're tripping on shrooms.
Yeah.
And that's The Doors.
That's yeah. Yep. Yep. Man, okay, I don't know where to go next because I'm looking at this list. I'm like, huh. Now I know that there's a lot of these that I loved, but I'm having a hard time grasping at what exactly it was. Now I'll go here because I sort of remember this one. This one was like a very different song, and it actually reminded me of a Radiohead song that's off of Hail of the Thief. Now, obviously, The Doors way before, but I heard Radiohead first, so
Yeah.
what I thought
I got
was Radiohead. But it just has this, like, in the back, this like clap, like offbeat clap. My Wild Love.
Oh.
It goes like, oh man, now I can't do it.
Yeah.
It's like a stomp.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's got that like Indian
Yeah.
beat, like the tribal beat in
Right.
the background.
Yeah,
I do not have it though.
I don't either.
that's okay. Sometimes you take swings. I actually almost pulled it because I had a feeling that it was way too out there. But
Still
I
a
didn't.
good tune, though.
Yeah.
Corey.
All right. I'm going to Strange Days. It's the first song that Jim Morrison ever wrote, and read the lyrics to Ray Manzarek on the beach in California. I'm going Moonlight Drive.
Yep.
Ooh, got it too.
Oh snap!
Hell yeah.
I've got that as number 2 on my top 10.
Lamb.
That's definitely one of my favorite
Yeah.
songs of theirs.
That was so good.
Yeah.
Such a good song.
Oh, I don't know where to go next. I think I'm going to pull this one out of the Virginia swamps, cool and slow with plenty of precision. The Wasp, Texas Radio, and The Big Beat.
I do not have that.
Don't either. Just missed my cut for my 20, though.
I just love how that song starts, and it's just so cool.
Let's see. Oh man. See, now I'm wondering about the ones I picked from LA Woman, but okay. Where do I go? All right. I missed wildly with my last one from this record. But this is the only other one I had. This was actually my least. Waiting for the Sun was actually my least favorite record. I'll say that. That one was almost a chore for me. I'm going to go 5-1.
I think I have that one.
I don't. It just missed my cut. For my
I
final
do have
20.
it.
Okay.
All right, so it'll get to hang around at least until the end of the show. All right, Corey?
All right. I'm going to go off Waiting for the Sun as well. I've got this as number 1 on my list. Celebration of the Lizard King / Not to Touch the Earth.
Yes.
Oh.
I have that one. I had to add that just for the line, I am the Lizard King. I can
do anything. Yep.
Because there may have been several times that I got really drunk and would say that.
Exactly. Yep. And nobody knows who the hell you're talking about.
There was a few, and they were really cool,
Yeah.
Like
Those are the cool kids you want to hang out with.
Exactly.
So I get the feeling that maybe Waiting for the Sun is one of those albums that I would have. You guys have the advantage because you have time with it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I have a day.
Right.
And
Yeah.
so, like, it didn't hit me right away. And
Yeah.
Okay. Jenny?
Let's see. I'm going to go with Roadhouse Blues on Morrison Hotel.
Absolutely.
I just love the swagger in that, and it's just, that's a great song.
Anytime there's a lyric that says, I woke up this morning and I got myself a beer,
Yeah.
you win.
I didn't realize I cut that. I thought I had it.
That is a kick-ass riff, though. That's such a good guitar riff.
Dang. You're right.
That one's a fun one to do at karaoke, too.
I have a feeling.
Yeah, I can.
I'm going to put that one at the top because I have a feeling that one's going to get pushed through.
I've got to be almost as hammered as he was to do karaoke, though.
Yeah, that's exactly the point. Like, once you
Yeah.
get to that point that you are brave enough to do karaoke, then you might as well pick a Doors song.
Exactly, because it fits perfectly, and you'll sound just like him.
All right. I'm going to move it to what I feel like may have been my favorite, maybe second favorite record with the Soft Parade. I'm going to try Running Blue here.
Nope.
Nope.
Oh. The Whiffer. All right, Corey.
All right, where am I going?
We're still doing good.
All right, you went Soft Parade, so I'm going to go Soft Parade. I'm going Tell All the People.
Yep.
Nope.
You don't?
Nope.
It's still in the combo, though,
Yeah.
because I got it.
Since we're on this album, though, like, I'll just have to go and put this out there. That is my least favorite album by
Oh.
far.
I concur.
Really?
I agree.
There's so many songs that just, it didn't even sound like them to me. And I think part of it was like there's a little bit of a bias because my ex-boyfriend who kind of helped get me into the Doors, that was one of his favorites.
Okay.
So it kind of biased me against it, but still, even listening back to it, it's like, I got 2 songs on that one, and I'm gonna go with Wishful Sinful first.
I ain't got that.
Do not have it.
Nope.
Figured that was a long shot, but
You never know. Sometimes you gotta throw them out there.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. I'm gonna go back to the self-titled, and I had some trouble with this one. I ultimately ended up going with this one because it sounded like another song that I had initially picked that's almost 11 minutes long, and I was like, well, this is the pocket edition. It's like 3 and some change. I'm going Soul Kitchen.
oh, I do have that one.
It just missed mine.
Blam. I just felt like it's an easier sell, like a
Yeah.
3.5 as opposed to
Yeah.
11.
Yeah.
I like the 11-minute song better, but I think that if I'm trying to get somebody in, they see that 11 minutes. They're gonna be like,
Exactly.
They're going to get intimidated.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
Give them
that's
the
a-
condensed one.
That's the funny thing with the Doors is like every song on the album will be like 2.5 to 3 minutes long, and then all of a sudden the last one is like 12.
Yes. Yep.
And I mean, it's fine. I can dig it. All right, Corey.
All right, I'm going to stay off self-titled as well. Probably their most controversial song of all time, which is Saying Something. I'm going The End.
I don't have it.
Did not
It
have
really
that.
was one of my last cuts. Really was.
Okay. Man. What do I do? Okay, you know what? I'm gonna go with Peace Frog.
Yep.
That was one that my friend, who's a musician, he was basically like, "This is the only Doors song that he likes."
Yeah.
And he's biased against them because they didn't have a bass player.
Ah.
And that was something that I never realized because I'm not a musician. So like I just
Right.
listen and I hear what I think sounds good.
Right.
And I'm listening to it and I'm like, they have to have a bass player on this song. Like they have to. Like,
Yeah.
and he's like, okay, they probably had a studio musician for this song, but
They brought a dude in, gave him an 8-ball.
exactly.
Here you go.
That one like milled around. I listened to that one like 2 or 3 times, and ultimately it ended up getting cut. But
Yeah.
that one was tough. Oh man, there's a lot of these. I think I may have done myself a disservice trying to get a little of everything in, especially looking at my choices for LA Woman. We'll see. I'm gonna wait on those.
We'll see, because you kind of almost want to be my 10th.
Who are you?
I'm Jim Morrison.
Cool. Who's he?
A weird naked Indian.
Cool. Why have you brought me here?
To help you find some answers, Wayne.
Answers to what?
Ask me a question.
Okay, 2 trains are traveling at 60 miles an hour. One from Chicago, one from Los Angeles.
No, ask me a question about your life.
What am I supposed to do with my life?
You should put on a concert in Aurora, Wayne.
How am I going to get the bands to come?
If you book them, they will come.
But I don't know anything about putting on a concert.
You must go to England and find a man named Del Preston. He's the greatest roadie that ever lived. He was with us in the good times and the bad. He will help you. Any more questions?
Will Garth ever get his Sports Illustrated football phone?
It was sent to the wrong house. Will arrive tomorrow along with the swimsuit issue and the video, the Stanley Cup 100 Years of Glory.
Hey, how do I get back?
Follow the weird naked Indian.
Cool.
Wake up!